All right, everybody. It is your boy Thriller here with the final and last battle of MMDL. We are taking on Coach for Forza.fcu. If you guys know, we actually, I believe, took on Forza in week one of the Gen 6 meta of the NBA. And we were confidently walked away with a week one W against him. But this is a different format. This is a different team, so this is definitely going to be a different battle. Froza's team is very threatening, very offensive. It was definitely a bit of a tough one to plan out here. But I think we got the team to do it. I think we have a decent matchup. It's not the greatest matchup, but it's a decent matchup, so we got to take it. If you guys want to check out Froza, his link will be in the description of the video. Definitely go check him out. He recently subscribed to the channel, which I really appreciate it. So if you guys can show that same love to Froza, I would really appreciate that. But real quick, let's go over Froza's team and go over our team for one last time. Before that, spoiler learning coming in right now. So skip about a minute or two ahead. But in three, two, one, we're 2-6. We're 2-5, baby. We picked up another win last week, and oh, it was such a good one too, especially when there was a really bad matchup with Crobat. I think it was matched up well against everything else, but Crobat, man, Crobat was insane. But Fortress putting the team on his back. In fact, it was the double bug core putting in the insane work and picking up 6 kills in total, which is really great. So, but if we lose this game, you know what? I can at least go out and say we finished two and we finished with these 2 wins. We actually are playing to make sure we are not the bottom seed. If we lose this game and our two other opponents that are ranked 15 or 6 or like 11 or 12, I don't remember, we can finish as the absolute bottom seed. If we win, we're guaranteed to be out of that bottom seed ranking no matter what. So I'm playing for a win, but I'm going to also bring some cool stuff here, which I hope you guys are ready to see because I think it's really cool. But real quick before we go, we're going to Pro's team. He's got Histilian Lily with Compound Eyes and Long Reach. He has got a Crocodile with adaptability and mold breaker. He has a belly bolt with levitate, galvanize. He has Inteleon with primordial sea and libero. He has a stack attacker with earth eater and analytic. He has a pyro with Deathlight Land and Magic Guard. He has a Galarian Rapidash with Pixelate and Armor Tail. He has a Pheasantipity with Regenerator and Corrosion. He has a Galarian Corsa with Fluffy and Shell Armor, a Cutiefly with Sturdy and Cheek Pouch, and a Tatsugiri with Dragon's Maw and Steam Engine. Now, looking at the team, I think the number one Pokemon that is not coming is Cutiefly. First off, webs haven't really been an issue for a lot of teams versus me, and just for how offensively good they are. Now, if this is the one time we underestimate the option for webs, then you know what? It's just the time we underestimate it for webs. I can't stop. If it happens, it happens. It's just one of those things that I can't control. If it's the way they want to go with it, it's the way they want to go with it. It's just how it is. So yeah, but that's the only Pokemon I know for a fact is not showing up this matchup. Now, talk about the other Pokemon that I don't think really do well here in this matchup. I do not think we are going to see we're going to see Galarian Rapidash. I think he's got two fairy types here. Bringing both fairy types wouldn't really make that much sense into my team, as I do have Weezing and Magmar, which Magmar actually can pretty much beat both of them in different situations, and Weezing can beat can probably be able to take them both on, but they can both beat me. But I don't know. I think both fairies would make sense. The one fairy though I think is gonna be his other one, which we'll talk about here in a second. Actually, it's three fairy types. You're going to be technical with Cutie Fly, but Rapidash, I just don't think it does. Pixelate doesn't do too much for him. I can see the reason why I put on Pixelate even stronger Fairy Stab and Armor Tail. I mean, it would be specifically just to shut down two mons on my team, which I outspeed or speed tie with them regardless. So I don't know if that's the route he wants to go. I just don't think it's going to do that well in this matchup. Stack Attacker, as much as I love Stacker, he's not going to come this game. I think Stack is decently good, but I have enough coverage options on my team to beat Stack offensively. I just don't think there's really any merit or world that Stack comes to this game. Trick Room could be nice, but the problem with Trick Room is that it just kind of cripples most of his team, as most of his team is relatively speedy, and only a few selective mons are actually slow. So there's that. Tatsugiri, I don't think comes, but it doesn't have the worst matchup into me. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, The reason why I don't think it's the worst matchup into me is because of the fact it's water dragon typing, very good offensively into our team. My only dragon switching is a fortress, which is like water moves, and a immunity is our wheezing, which again doesn't want to switch water moves unless I'm really super fat Spadef. So this Tatsugiri to be definitely a massive threat versus us. If that was the way he wanted to go into the matchup here. But again, I just think with its speed tier, it's not that good unless he's running webs or if he's going with a fast build. I generally just don't think it's going to be that good of a mon to this team. But I would not be surprised if he brought it. And the last mon that I don't think he's going to be bringing is the Suyin Lillian, his number one pick. Now, here's the reason why I don't think his number one pick comes. You look at my team. This thing needs to be scarfed to put a pose as a major threat to my team. This team needs to find some way to get that like victory dance in a play where I'm not going to stay in and click a button to it. This mon either needs the opportunity to set up and then go to town there, or it needs the ability to be able to click a move freely into my team. Again, if it does show up, I wouldn't be surprised. It still has like really good offensive matchup into our team, but if it does come, I is going to 1000% have to be Scarf. Which I don't think he wants Scarf this game. If anything, he would want Bandit or Setup. Like that, in my opinion, is the better Lilligan set in this matchup. So again, if he does bring what he wants to bring, it's what it is. Um, but regardless, that's what I think it is. Now for his six, we'll go from the most threatening to the least threatening. Least threatening mon, I think, out of the six we've been preparing for, I think Pyroar. Pyroar is still definitely decently good into my team. I don't really have a good switch into dual stab. Uh, Pretty much for the most part, my only two normal resistances are going to be Fortress and Lycanroc, which Lycanroc, it's probably almost a 2 AKO, especially if he's modest. Modest is relatively close to a 2 AKO, but he has to be timid this matchup to respect the speed tiers. Um, for that reason. But if he was modest, it's probably on the verge of a 2 AKO. And Fortress, let's be honest, it's a Fortress. It doesn't really take a lot of hits. But Fortress is our best counter to it, so it's kind of where you might be inclined not to bring it. But I really think the Pyroar is really good offensively, and we've been seeing that most of the time fire types do come versus us for most times of the not because they don't fear our team. Up next is Pheasant Dibbity Skibbity Dibby Dibbity. That thing is going to be corrosion. I have no doubt in my mind that's going to be corrosion. I think being able to corrode on things like my Wheezing, my Fortress, some of the other potential bulk that do have my team, but just getting that poison off is just really annoying for our team. And plus, T Spikes, he could think of really good here. I actually don't know if he gets T Spike. But just a good Spadef wall can be really annoying for our team. Again, if he is Regenerator, I wouldn't be too surprised, but I feel like for this match specifically, I think it has to be Corrosion. Otherwise, he's going to just lose to my Fortress. So I think he needs this Corrosion to really work here. Up next is going to be what do I remember talking about? I think the next threatening thing is Belly Bolt. Belly Bolt is the most annoying defense is the second most annoying defensive wall in this matchup. It is going to probably be his Spadef wall for this matchup if it's not Festivity. It could be mixed defensive. It could be a secondary physical check for a lot of things. I expect Toxic, Slack Off, Volt Switch, and then probably some other coverage moves you can think of here. It's just an annoying mon, dude. I can't. It's hard to break that damn fat blubber. And the fact that he just smiles at me the whole time, man, he is going to be a tough guy to take down. But I think we have some pieces and ways we can break through Belly Bolt, but it's definitely going to be annoying. Man, I 1000% am expecting Levitate. Levitate is so good. He has no weakness this matchup, and for an annoying mon like him, he is going to be our toughest challenge. Now we're going to get into the top three that I think are the most difficult for us to face out of the six we're expecting. I would say the third mon on this team that I think is the least most dangerous here, I think is just barely Crocodile. Like Crook is relatively tied in some ways for even the second most threatening mon here. But Crocodile, adaptability Crocodile just runs my shit. I think he has to be scarfed this game no matter what, because if he's not scarfed, he is not going to be able to break through a lot of my team. I also would not be surprised to see Mold Breaker. I think Mold Breaker makes a ton of sense in this matchup to shut down Earth Eater from the Galarian or the Galarian what's his name? The Galarian Wheezing. shutting down any offensive move if possible. I just generally think that's a fair ability. But if I had to place my money on it, it's going to be adaptability this game. And this mon's gonna hit like a truck, and I have to really play around it carefully because I'm a spoiler for you guys. We only have one ground immunity this week, so it's definitely going to be a tough matchup for us as we're gonna play around it. And we don't have a dark switching outside of one dark. So definitely gonna be a tough matchup with this thing. And then tying for it, or I think maybe is quite could be closer to the second most threatening one is Inteleon. Inteleon choice specs water moves with primordial seed. Just destroy me. Now there is one thing about this matchup that he might have to possibly consider is a potential Scarf variant, so he can take advantage of the rain and making sure Magmar. If I'm for some reason a Scarf Magmar, which I have shown, I have brought Scarf Magmar. Scarf Magmar can get shut down from the Primordial Sea. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, this is going to be a choice specs Inteleon. I'm not even lying to you. there's nothing I can do to build around that thing. Like any AV variant I have outside of Rillaboom just gets two-shotted. Like even if I went Vestal Ruin with my Fortress, it's probably damn near still a 2 AKL. Like this Mon is insanely offensively threatening against us here. He could possibly Libero if he wants to run like a fun set. Like, and if he is locked for playoffs, which speaking of, he actually has a game to play. So if he wins the game, he will make the playoffs. If he doesn't win the game, he would have to win versus us. So he would definitely be try harding versus our team, which would make sense because he needs to make the playoffs. If he loses, he's probably bringing like somewhat of a B team sorts, but he might still want to bring a team to somewhat win. But that Inteleon man is a massive threat. But the number one most threatening Pokemon on his entire roster, and I kid you not when I say this, is that Corsola. Fluffy with Violet. Oh my god, is this annoying to deal with? It's a Mon with Strength Sap, if I remember correctly. And it's just not going to die, man. This mon is so annoying to break through. Even if I break off the Violet, it's still a fat Pokemon, dude. It's going to be insanely hard to deal with. And this is just, him getting in the round 9 was a good steal for a value, man. I kind of wish I picked this thing up because I was even thinking about that same scenario. But yeah, that's gonna be Frozo's team though, and it's very threatening, very balanced in terms of its offense and defense, which I definitely think is going to be the type of team he brings me. He's going to be half defense, half offense. So that is the team Frozo has. Let's go over the team I'm expected to bring here for this matchup. As you can see here, and actually we can double check this real quick. It still does have some stuff. No, but these are the 60 exits of threatening. This is the order of where I think Mons do come potentially if they do have a chance to show up here. But now, with that being out of the way, let's talk about our team. And our team kicks off with our captain of the Iowa Jolteons, and I'm going to just go all out with my Mon this week. We are running Refrigerate Jolteon with the thickest of choice specs here this week, and we are respecting Inteleon speed this week. I am going to respect Inteleon speed because I know if anything is going to be specs at most, I need to make sure it's faster than specs. That is the big thing here in this matchup. We are running Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hyper Voice, and Hyper Beam. You damn right, I'm going to click Hyper Beam. I will try to click Hyper Beam, depending on the situation. I really actually kind of want to click it, not gonna lie. But basically, this one can break and also can win. It can do one of either job or potentially does both. This Mon has probably the best matchup it's had all season, and I cannot wait to just try to get some kills with my Jolteon, man. He has not been able to shine as much as I would have loved him to, but this Mon, I feel like he can do it. I really think he can do it this week, and I'm really hoping we can pick up the win with our mascot. Up next is our boy Pinchopper, one of the MVPs from last week. It's pretty much the exact same set, except we are running Dark Aura this time to hit insanely harder with our Dark moves, also with the Black Glasses. And I'm taking a gamble here. I am not running any other way to hit Pheasantipity. I'm relying on my Dark and Bug coverage this week. And I'm really hoping it's not going to bite me in the ass for this one. But we are running Sword Dance, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, and Leech Life. Adamant Max Attack, 4 HP, 192 Defense, and 60 Speed. Real quick, the Jolteon, which again we were timid with pretty much max special attack, almost max speed to make sure we're outspeeding everything on my opponent's team with my choice scarp, and just for interesting Spadef just to have some bold. Now, you may be really questioning this set, but here's the reason behind this set. And I might change this for Spadef. I might change this for Spadef but this gives us a good switch into the Crook. It can let us hit a hit from Crook relatively well. And the thing is, Crook's slower than me. So if Crook tries to outspeed me, it's slower. So we can always threaten out the low kick with low kicks here that we can just be hitting him a lot more harder than him. And plus, if his adaptability, he's not wall breaker, when he sees our Dark Aura, that doesn't guarantee anything. That can guarantee that we're faster, it can guarantee we're slower. You never know. And plus, this always invites Festivity, which lets us get a SD. Again, the Festivity is the main Spadef wall. I think with a sword stance, two knockoffs actually could have a chance to guarantee 2 hit Odette Festivity, depending. I did think about the option of potentially running the very resistant berry, the Roselia berry, but I want this bug to punch. This bug is here to hit hard and is to nuke things. That is what the bug is meant to do here this week. And I'm hoping that the bug pulls through again. I've been loving low kicks. It was definitely a good value pickup for us. And I think it at the current moment is our MVP of the season so far, which is really, really great. Up next, no, this is Patrick. Our boy Starmie here. We're running the Primordial Sea. We're running Choice Scarf, the set we probably should have ran versus Haunch or someone else in the season that I don't remember. But this mon can actually break, and it also could be a potential win con. This thing guarantee outspeeds all of his scarfers that we're scared of outside of the scarf on potential Inteleon, which I don't think it's going to be. There is no resistance to water outside of that Inteleon. Even if there is, we have Psychic to cover it. We have Thunder to hit anything we want that's a neutral free click. Hydro Pump and Surf has no way of stopping this mon. So I'm hoping we don't rely on Hydro Pump as much, but this mon can actually clean up and just be a good mon. I did debate putting potential Flip Turn on this set, and I might swap it out for Thunder, but I really think at this current moment this set's really good. It's a really good offensive set here, and this guarantee will shut down the sun from Pyroar, so Pyroar's sun cannot be up no matter what, and my rain can stay up for the majority of the battle, if not the whole battle. Up next is my beautiful baby dog that I miss so dearly still to this day. Is Choice Spin Light Growing. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I originally did have um what's it? I originally did have Sword Stance on this set. And I went with player up so that way we can be able to check the what's his name, the crocodile without having to lower our stats. But then I kind of thought to myself, if I'm choice banded, I should, for the most part, always two shot, if not OHKO, just about every damn thing on my opponent's team. So I really thought about it, I really did, and I am making the very tough executive decision to do this, and I'm really hoping I'm not going to regret what I'm about to do. And I'm running choice band. We're going to the three choice items, Maisie. We are going with choice band. We are making sure we are faster than Pyro. We are respecting Pyro speed set in case it is potentially in Scarf. But we also have the Accelerock to make sure we keep it in check, which is really good for us there. It just comes down to whether or not he's going to sack something to Accelerock or he's going to swap out. That's going to be the main mind game we're going to play here. Stonehenge is incredibly free for the most part against this entire team, and whatever we can't hit with Stonehenge, we can hit with Close Combat and Player Up, and they be countered that way. So Princess does a fantastic job in this matchup, and I'm hoping she's going to carry us for some kills this week. The arguable MVP from last week is going to be our man Fortress here. And this is a set I'm not 100% confident with in terms of the item. I might switch this, I might not. It just really depends on what I want to do. We have to run this type of a set because it's the only way to shut down the threat of Pyroar and also shut down some of the main offense on his team. With an Iron Defense up, all of his physical things I don't care about. They can't do jack shit versus my Fortress if I get an Iron Defense up. However, special threats are another thing here. I really did not want to run this ability, but I am respecting Pyroar. I know how good of a mon Pyroar is, and I've been seeing most of the time all the fire types that we have faced have always come. I think the only fire type we have faced that didn't come was Simisear, which I was actually really shocked that it didn't show up. But I really am going to respect this Pyroar here. I think some people have been showing that I haven't been respecting the Will-Bait Body as well as sometimes when they don't run their fire types. So I'm not running the chances here. We're running Will-Bait Body and we're hoping to be able to pull this in. Utility Umbrella, I don't know if this works for Primordial Sea. I don't know if it does. That I can't guarantee know for sure what that does. But if it does, that basically means that we're only hit with the neutral stab of the water offense that the Inteleon can hit us with. Like, Inteleon's Rain is not boosted by Primordial Sea if it has along with the choice specs. Now, specs can still one-shot us outside of the boost from Primordial Sea. I'm not going to deny that, but he has to land. If it's Surf, it's always going to probably roll. So if I get that Iron Defense off before anything else, I can body press it down. Now, I was debating Lumberry, and I'm even doing something really funny with the Pecha Berry, just because it's going to be the only thing I really want the Lumberry for. I mean, the Pecha Berry for. I'm debating the Pecha Berry so we don't get toxic and we can be able to threaten that Pheasantipity with a two-shot with Heavy Sling. That is the main reason why I'm debating this set. I'm going to still think it over and think about it. If I know Utility Umbrella works with Primordial Sea, we're going to probably keep this. If it's not, I'm going to probably have to switch it to Pecha Berry and just pray I can just live ahead. And our last one this week is going to be Tornadus, and this is kind of a risky set, but I'm hoping that it pays off for us. We're gonna run Magic Guard this week, so we don't get affected by hazards, which is really good for us. And we're running Nasty Plot, Air Slash, Endure, Focus Blast, enough speed to outspeed the Pyroar and everything else down below. And with the Salac Berry, I'll be faster than his main two, he's like 2 of the 3 main Scarfers that you'll have. With the Nasty Plot up, Air Slash pretty much checkmates just about 90% of everything he has on his team. And the 2 5%ers of the Steel type and the whatever his name is, um, Belly Bolt, get checked by Focus Blast. Focus Blast at +2 is at best a roll to a max HP Belly Bolt. So if I can at least chip off at least about 10%, the roll is heavily in my favor. Always knock it out with a +2, which is really, really good for us. And then if I land against Focus Blast against Sakataka, he just dies unless it's Chopple. And even then, Chopple at +2, I don't think he lives. So yep, this is it for the team, man. I'm bringing a little bit of fun stuff, but I'm also bringing some stuff I think can really work here, and we're going all out for this game. And then, you know what? If I do lose, you know what? I can at least say I walked away with more than one win this season. If we can end it on a 3-game winning streak for the league, it'd be probably the best one. By the end of the day, I was happy to be a part of this league. I don't really think it would come back if there's another season. I would debate it, and if I was, I'm definitely going to be like so chilled and relaxed with it. I'm not going to go team builder wise. I'm just going to do this or that type of thing. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the season. I hope you guys enjoyed all the battles we've done so far. And to everyone that has been checking out the team builders, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys have taken the time out of your day to check those out before they go live. So thank you so much. But yeah, that is going to be the team, guys. I'm hoping we can walk away with a win. And if we don't, you know what? We'll go out guns a blazing. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.